Hello, I'm Tim Rogers. People affectionately refer to me as the professional video game expert. You are watching Kotaku.com. It's time to Let's Go Pokeman in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. There's also an Eevee version. If you're an Eevee fan, don't yell at me in the comments. Nintendo gave me the Pikachu version. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu for the Nintendo Switch is a modern 3D remake of Pokemon Yellow, which was an alternate version of Pokemon Red and Blue. Instead of offering a choice of one of 3 Pokemon at the beginning of the game, Pokemon Yellow allowed fans of the TV series to partner up with a hyper-intelligent electric rat called Pikachu. 20 years have passed since the Pokemon TV series debuted. A whole generation of cartoon viewers have ascended into adulthood. Meanwhile, Pokemon lives in the majority of the mainstream consciousness in Pokemon Go. Pokemon Let's Go represents Nintendo's effort to handcuff nostalgia for old-fashioned Pokemon game design to 2016's hottest tech trend of barely gamified geocaching. So, while Pokemon Let's Go contains the entire world map and all the pocketable monsters of your childhood friend Pokemon Red and Blue, your buddy has been through some stuff. Let's take a look at some of the differences between the old game and the new one. Some of them small, some of them big, and all of them wild. Your rival is really nice. Pokemon trainers and rivals are like boys and hobbies. They all need one. The Pokemon trainer's rival is literally the boy next door. Now, in none of the previous Pokemon games did the rival literally brandish a knife and/or attempt to slit the player character's throat. Though until Pokemon Sun and Moon on the Nintendo 3DS, your rival was never exactly nice. In Pokemon Let's Go, he's hyper-emotionally aware and constantly courteous. He admits his faults when he fails. Look at this good boy, learning about himself. You start the game with a lot of Pokeballs. You start Pokemon Let's Go with literally 50 Pokeballs in your possession. That's 50 more than you start with in Pokemon Red and Blue. The first book you approach in Professor Oak's lab tells you to get Pokeballs. The sign standing immediately inside the gates of Viridian City tells you to get Pokeballs. The closest person to that sign tells you to get Pokeballs. The second closest person to that sign tells you to get Pokeballs. Every trainer you defeat gives you at least 3 Pokeballs. You will need all of these Pokeballs. Every interaction you have with a wild Pokemon involves Pokeballs. You don't beat up wild Pokemon, you catch them. You don't just catch them, you catch a lot of them. Wow, back in my day, gotta catch 'em all meant catch one of each, not catch literally every one of them. Scrub the earth clean of their filth. It's got motion controls? I was 19 years old when Pokemon Red and Blue came out, so I'm fairly confident that Pokemon Red and Blue operated exclusively with button controls. That's not to say I didn't shake my Game Boy. I shook my Game Boy a lot. Usually there wasn't even a game in it. If you're playing on a TV, you are required to use one Joy-Con in one hand. If you're playing in portable mode, you move the Switch up and down to aim at a Pokemon and then press a good old-fashioned sweet beautiful baby button to throw the Pokeball. I had to play on a TV because I wanted to capture 60 FPS footage. The throwing is more nuanced than you might believe. I guess while we were all busy being burned out on them forever, motion controls got pretty good. You can miss. You can get great or excellent catches. I love when colorful letters congratulate me emphatically. You can use berries to distract and preoccupy Pokemon for easier imprisonment. You can get fancier balls with higher success rates. If catching Pokemon is what you love, this game will fit you like a glove. The trainer seems older. Maybe this is just because my little brother went far more bonkers over Pokemon than I did because I was in college and he was 11 years old. And maybe it's because the opening scene of Pokemon literally references the film Stand By Me, though I always thought of the main character of Pokemon Red as a little brother. You know, it always seemed kind of creepy to me that a tiny baby child boy's proud mommy would butt kick him out the door at like age 7 to learn how to find and subjugate game-designed animals. The trainer seems older in this game, maybe because of the realistic proportions of the human 3D character models. Notice your trainer squats down slightly when talking to a small child. This really nails in the impression that the trainer is some kind of a teen or a preteen. It's so convenient. Pokemon's design heritage is the hardcore Japanese role-playing game. Pokemon Red and Blue were like Dragon Quest III, with the narrative pared to a bare minimum and the design systems' possibility tree struck by lightning. Pokemon games make you work. Pokemon Let's Go understands that you're busy, so it doesn't make you work as much. I mean, it still puts hard questions to you every couple minutes when it forces you to unlearn old techniques to make room for new ones, though at the same time it's overwhelmingly nice to the player in so many other places, perhaps in an effort to compensate for these old-school discomforts. For example, instead of having to return to a PC to swap Pokemon out of an electronic box into your party, you carry a Pokemon box in your bag, so you can swap Pokemon in and out of your 6-monster crew whenever you want. If your experience is anything like mine, you'll have over 100 Pokemon in 3 hours, so this is a welcome feature. I just gotta say though, we keep these monsters inside balls, inside a box, inside a bag? Indeed. To how many prisons must we subject these anime animals? I kinda wish I had Senpai's cool Tokyo Street trendy bag though. Yes, you don't battle wild Pokemon. In Pokemon Red and Blue, you encountered wild Pokemon in tall grass along the roadside. You then directed the Pokemon under your own involuntarily employ to violently beat them until they fainted, or until their health was sufficiently low enough for you to capture them in a Pokeball. In Pokemon Let's Go, you can only capture the wild Pokemon. This disappointed me a lot the first time I experienced it. Then I remembered that fighting other trainers in the wild is the best part of single-player Pokemon. They strut up to you, deliver some weird cut-off sentence fragment which makes no sense whatsoever in any context, and then you get to totally own this stupid caterpillar that some kid took into the woods thinking it would do anything at all against a teenager with 6 Pokemon. Kids in the game use Nintendo Switches to trade Pokemon. They have the neon red and blue Joy-Cons. I'm pretty sure the Nintendo Switch was not available when Pokemon Red and Blue first came out. If it had been, I would have bought one of those instead of a Game Boy Pocket. However, realize that I have a college degree in linguistics, not history, so take anything I say on this subject with a grain of salt. It has so many graphics. I mean, of course the graphics are different from the Game Boy version. I just want to talk about the graphics, okay? When you beat a random trainer, Pokemon Let's Go offers you an opportunity to savor their disappointment in striking anime fidelity. Look at these interiors. I would live in this house. Look at the microwave on top of the medium-high refrigerator. It's just like Japan. If this weird nightmare hiragana were a real language, you could read it off this whiteboard. You can see whiteboard markers in the little tray. You can see pens in a wooden cup. Hardwood mavens such as myself can tell that this table in Professor Oak's lab is made of oak. Look at the reflection on the glass case in the Pokemart. Look at the little leather tray for cash and change. It's just like Japan. Look at the products on the shelf. You can totally tell this is matcha tea. Any hardwood flooring mavens such as myself are gonna get a kick out of this basket weave parquet flooring. I genuinely love the 3D art direction in this game. It reminds me of a style that I thought had died with the PlayStation 2. It has all the charm and lived-in feel of Ape Escape 3, only now with Pokemon. Fun fact, did you know the art director of Ape Escape 3 was the art director of Mega Man Legends? It's so anime. Somebody sprayed Pokemon Let's Go with an anime fire hose. It's got Team Rocket's Jesse and James and Meowth from the Pokemon anime right here in it, looking and acting exactly like themselves. The music is amazing. Again, I know that obviously the music is going to be of a different quality than in Pokemon Red. I just want you to hear this. Also, I want to point out that I love these excellent little pixel art portraits. They're perfectly faithful to the Game Boy version. The warmth of this loving embrace between old-school graphics and new-time tunes is sure to heat the heart of any hardcore true fan. Pikachu can wear a hat. You can dress Pikachu up. I put a baseball cap on my Pikachu. Now we're twins. I can also pet Pikachu and feed him berries. Pikachu is more than a Pokemon, Mom. Pikachu is my pet and my friend. Whoa, nice. See, it's totally not animal abuse at all if he seemed to like it. It's kinda easy. I don't remember one-shotting every single gym trainer's Pokemon literally every time on the Game Boy. I guess I'm supposed to play this against my friends.
kids.
It's got Pokemon Go all over it. This helpful Pallet Town townsperson explains to me that I can link my smartphone to my game console. I think he means I can connect my Pokemon Go account. I don't
Have one of those.
I'm going to admit, I see why people love Pokemon Go. It allows them to engage with a toy garden of nostalgia. Pokemon Let's Go even has some of Pokemon Go's other features. For example, I caught a tiny Caterpie. I don't know what that means. It looks exactly like a regular one. I googled Pokemon Go tiny Pokemon, and I guess you can get a youngster badge for collecting like 300 tiny Pokemon, and they put a little XS by the Pokemon's weight. I think they spelled excess wrong, as in excess game design. I'm telling you, I'm looking at this screenshot right here, and I'm really feeling like Pokemon Go sounds like 2 big scoops of water-flavored ice cream. It's very easy to rename your Pokemon. In Pokemon Red and Blue, if you wanted to rename your Pokemon, you used to have to seek out and talk to a specific person who was not discoverable until a sizable length of time into the game. Well, in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, I named my Pikachu Frembikachu. This was a play on the word frembino, which is not Italian for friend. As soon as other characters started using the word Frembikachu in sentences, my stomach turned with disgust. I wanted to restart the game and name Pikachu again. However, I couldn't do that because I have to finish this video by 9 a.m. tomorrow. Well, much to my relief, it turns out a kind man in a house with a microwave on top of its refrigerator told me all I had to do was open the menu to rename my Pokemon. So I renamed Frembikachu to Freakachu. That's short for Friend Pikachu. I named my Pidgeys Bird and Flapson. I named my Oddishes Clump and Claude. I named my female Rattata Varmintra. I love names, and I love naming things. Maybe it's because I don't like my own name. I'll be honest. Tim, T-I-M, it seems like a broken off piece of something. More than that, it seems like a broken off small piece of a much larger something that's not good. I found it appropriate to endow my rival with a similar broken off name fragment. I bestowed upon him the title Jick. I conceived it as like Jack, spoken with a New Zealand accent. Though now that I've said it out loud, I'm really scared it's a vile obscenity in some Scandinavian language I haven't studied yet. Oh no. Wait, does my dude have a TV on a table perpendicular to the bed in the middle of the room, facing a wall on the second floor of a house? Where's his sofa? Does he even have a chair? Does he play video games with his back against the wall? Is the Pokemon trainer a serial killer? Wait, that old man who told me how to rename my Pokemon, he doesn't have a bed in his house. Does his whole family sleep on the dining room table? I gotta go home now. I was born stupid. However, I will not die hungry. Video games forever. Kotaku.com. Wow. Trying to stay competitive as a Pokemon trainer while managing to remember to enjoy your youth as an energetic teenager in today's fast-paced society can feel like working 2 full-time jobs back to back.